Since you all graced us with your presence, we will have a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I am taking the minutes for this meeting in case anyone's wondering. I didn't want to have Secretary come in on day off overtime for a couple items. We have two items on the agenda. One is to discuss posting of the town administrator position. And the second is action on a common controller's license for the Dunkin' Donuts in Baldwinville. It's came down to the wire. I spoke with Larry Brandt at 4 o'clock today, and he said they were good to go. So Mr. Cannella doesn't have to stay here any longer than necessary. I would put before the board the Victrola's license for Dunkin' Donuts, Cadetta and Nadu LLC, doing business as Dunkin' Donuts. He has the application, he has the fee. We have the Board of Health here. I've spoken with the fire department. They did their walkthrough. Captain Dennis did it, and they are good. The electrical and the plumbing inspectors have signed off. I spoke with Diana from the Board of Health yesterday at 4:30, and she said that the agent was going over, but they were essentially good to go. I spoke with Larry Brandt right after I spoke with Diana. He informed me he was going over there today, and he would either call me or I would call him. But I told him I would speak to him before this meeting to hear from him his determination. And I spoke with him at 4, and he went over and looked at it, and he was amazed at the amount of work that they had done in a day. So he told me that they were good to go. And as far as the striping and the paving, I guess they plan on redoing that in the spring to do it in a more permanent and nicer manner. So he has met all the things that he had to do to get this license. And basically it's because you can sit down and eat inside versus just a walk-up, drive-up type of thing. So,
I will make a motion to approve the common victualer's license for Dunkin' Donuts.
I'll second that.
okay. Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Julie?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
And yes.
Really? I want to see you this Sunday?
Now, I have the license somewhere here to sign.
Do we need to make a copy of that?
I have 2 copies.
Oh,
They're
okay.
exactly the same.
So if we sign both, we're good?
Yeah, if we sign both of them right now.
And I think we should take this opportunity to thank you for bringing business to town and, jobs and everything. It's nice to see entrepreneurs, making a way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you putting me in agenda today too. I know it was one of the less of the minutes times, and I didn't know about the law that
That's not how you spell
you
my
have,
name.
about the common
Does that
victualer's
matter?
license. I guess you need 10 days.
I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
For an agenda for
It's
this
one
type
end,
of
right?
meeting.
Yeah,
I
there's
really
no
appreciate
hyphen.
everything you did to put me in here.
Well, it's nice to see the people approve business and come in. All the ones that seem to try to come and get chased away.
Is that the day that you're opening is Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Good for you.
That's why I said I hope I see everybody Sunday.
Right, okay.
I will be a customer.
Oh, good, thank you.
Daily,
Got it
daily.
all mapped out.
All right.
Oh,
All right, these are both the same?
when I come to
Yes.
that side of town.
Oh, okay.
So,
We'll be there Sunday.
can-
So I'll keep this here.
and yeah, he can have that copy, so.
There you go.
Thank you
You're
very
all
much. I
set.
really
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
everybody. Diane, thank you.
Really?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Oops, sorry.
Good luck.
Thank you, I'll see you then.
Most places don't carry it.
Bye, girls.
Good night, good luck.
All right, the next item is the posting of the town administrator position. This has been, we talked about it at our last meeting, and a couple meetings before that it had been brought up, and the first objection was we should wait on the budget. The last meeting was we should wait to create a search committee. I didn't think we should keep waiting and keep pushing it off. If you do, tomorrow is February 1st. If you do a tight 90-day window, that is through April, I believe we should at least, be advertising and hopefully have responses back when we put before the voters at town meeting a salary requirement. I don't think at that point in time we should be saying, well, we've put ads in the paper and here and there, and we're waiting on responses. I also, I spoke with Bob Markell on this, and he sent me an email concerning his meeting, and he said that he stated he had to leave because he had a prior engagement to go for and stuff. But he did comment on posting of this position. He said a standard and the least expensive approach would be to use the Mass Municipal Association website. It says all town managers, administrators in New England and beyond, if looking for a new community, checks out this site regularly. He said if you want to post in a newspaper or the Beacon, you can do that, but there is a sizable expense, and he does not think it's necessary. The town of Northfield, where he was interim town administrator, why they're doing the same thing we are about to begin to do. They had 19 responses, applications, and they only posted on the MMA website. Also, the posting could advise all those interested send a resume and cover letter to the town administrator office by mail or email. He would create a folder, and then once the search committee is done, and he would make that information available to them. So it's the reason I had posted this meeting, to try to put this question before the board once again. And if we do agree to post, regardless of what happens, I had agreed, and I stated at the last meeting that I was going to meet Mr. Markle on Monday, just talk with things and make sure he gets his keys and this and that and stuff. We could, go over the posting. He's, like I said, he's just been involved in this process. He's been town manager, town administrator. He's been around this, so we could adjust the posting, as far as going through a search committee, et cetera, et cetera. I just think if we post it, we get the vote to post it and start the process, because the fiscal year doesn't start for 5 months, but before town meeting, it's 90 days. It's not a lot of time, and I think we should be making a decision, whether people agree with it, like it or not. But we should make a decision, because the worst thing to do is make no decision at all.
How long would we want to post it for? If we vote to post tonight, it'll probably get posted on Monday, correct?
Monday. It could be Monday.
So that'll be open on the 3rd. Do we want to go out for 2 weeks to the 17th, or do we want it to close on the 21st?
We agreed to form the committee on the 14th. 21st would be
That's a Friday.
18.
We're not open on the 21st. Do we want to keep it when we're open?
That would
or
be
what do you think?
18 days. Well, if it comes by email, it'll be on the computer sitting there. If
Right.
it comes mail,
Because if we're meeting on the 10th, then we'll meet on the 24th.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, posting it the 3rd, running it to the 21st, just on the MMA site. We'll see what kind of responses we get. Then on the 24th, if we haven't gotten what we think is a sufficient amount of responses,
post it.
then we can look at alternatives of other locations to post it.
and we could probably, as we got Mr. Markle, we could, through Jeff, just, the little network of town administrators and stuff, we could perhaps use that approach as well. I mean, these administrators, they all keep up on what's, going, they don't just
Right.
looking for where, what town is just, fired one or one left or changed or something. I just thought it was important enough, not to wait till the 10th.
But we can't, ignore the committee either.
No,
So,
but I mean,
agree,
if
go ahead
we
and get it posted.
posted, but
Right.
then,
Then on the 10th, we can establish,
the committee can, guidelines
and that should be
as long as
established by the
in the
24th.
ad, a search committee will review and then, a couple of things by the selectmen and experience, yes.
I still agree with what we had decided at the other meeting and not to post the job until we establish a search committee. And I know it seems like it's a long time, but I've already spoken to 2 residents in town, and they already have people who are interested in applying here because they know it's already open. So that's just one thing. But if we vote to post the job, I mean, the search committee, I know that you had sent an email that the advisory board cannot be on that committee, but I've done some other research and looked to see online. I didn't get a chance to make any phone calls to other towns, but they had anywhere between 3 and 7 up to 12 community at large from all walks of life, which I think 12 is a lot, and maybe we would not get that many people to apply. But if we post the job, can we post for a search committee at the same time on our website so that we're doing both at the same time? I still feel like it's posting the job is putting the cart before the horse. We haven't given a search committee any charge. I don't know what we would get for applications, but we're kind of like rushing through both. But I do have some people who have said that they would entertain the idea of being on a search committee,
Oh,
and
on the
that
search
they've,
committee, okay.
no, they also have people who want to apply for the town administrator job too. There's 2 people I've spoken to. So, I mean, forgive my not knowing this, but do we have a personnel board?
We are,
We are that, okay, so it just, there was like some other like personnel board, a school committee member, and then having other community members. So maybe if we could do it simultaneously and posting for a letter of intent from community members and deciding on how many to have. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that also, that we post for the committee on the
Both.
website beginning the 3rd.
I mean, deciding maybe how many to have, or if there are other, I mean, most of the ones I looked at were all from the community. They were not from anywhere in town, any employees, because that person's gonna be responsible to them, but maybe from other committees, I think
Yeah,
having somebody from.
That point was raised Monday.
And I agree, I don't think it should be select board members, and I
No,
don't think it should be
yeah,
employees.
no, right.
It could be elected boards. I don't see any problem with those people being on the committee, but it
Yeah.
should not be employees or
No.
selectmen, or even prior selectmen, in my opinion.
Right,
I do think, though, the advisory board is acceptable, because this is a specific purpose committee. It's not like it's a standing committee that's gonna be together for years, and has, some task. This is a very short-term, specific purpose, and the advisory committee has, the finances in mind. So they need to understand, is this person gonna be a good financial person? Because we can't afford to have both a town administrator and a finance director. So this person has got to be able to handle both roles.
The reason I questioned the advisory board was 2 reasons. The bylaw that says only 2 committees, and I was reading through the town warrant for last year, May 12th, whatever it was, 2013, there was a proposed change to the bylaw to allow
Right.
the advisory board to serve on any of the board or committee created by the Board of Selectmen or be appointed by the Board of Selectmen, and it was voted down no. So, to me, that says the people they want the advisory board to stay with the finances, with the two exceptions, and they are kind of hand in hand, is capital improvement and the insurance. And that's my opinion that I just didn't think it was appropriate. But that's just me, so.
I agree with that, as much as it would be nice to have somebody on there who, as Will had said at the last meeting, is highly qualified. The town says no, they didn't want that. So I don't see how we can go against what the residents wish. Correct?
And again, sometimes it may be the sales pitch or how it was presented, you never know, but.
But it was
The article
voted,
was-
so.
Yeah, it was put forth, and that's my only question. So,
Mr. Chairman.
when we get a motion, we will have discussion.
Okay.
I will make a motion that we post the job for town administrator February 3rd to February 21st, and that we also post the job, the search committee, letters of interest from people in the community who would like to be part of the search committee.
Second.
And I'm going to amend that the letters of interest should be in by noon on February 10th. I think that's what.
Is that when we have our meeting next?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So then we
Yeah.
can look through them
To
and.
add that, yep.
Yeah. And decide the composition at that meeting.
Okay, post, and in by noon, 10 Feb. Okay. I'll relay that to Mr. Markle. And do both, ensure both is done.
And I think on the committee, not only putting it on the website, but I think putting that slide on the Channel 8
Oh,
is-
that's right.
is
The bulletin
a
board.
good thing to do.
Okay. Website. Okay. All right, motion made and seconded. Yes, Will?
I did some checking. I found out that this is listed as an ad hoc. It doesn't necessarily fall under the bylaw. I did end up checking with a council on this. I think that if you take that position, you're missing out on a good opportunity to get an individual that would be very good on that board. Just because he's a member shouldn't end up stopping you from having him on. With that being said, if you still want to end up checking on this, maybe you should be checking with your town council also. Because I did.
Which reminds me, procedure to use town
Town legal
council.
counsel, yeah,
I think there's already something in place, but,
there is.
um,
We don't have to come up with the final decision on the makeup of the search committee tonight. We're just posting letters of interest, so if people are interested, they can put it in a letter of interest.
right,
And then we can
at
make
the
that
meeting,
decision.
we can make
We'll
the
have
call.
more, right.
I just thought, for me tonight, to try to get the job posted, because I don't think we have another 2 weeks.
Yeah, February's a
waste.
short month.
I just don't think we have 2 weeks to waste. So, that's, and as it worked out good for a businessman, but, because if we didn't have this meeting tonight, well, we would have been meeting Monday or someday next week. Probably Wednesday or Thursday, but anyways.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Good.
it's, it just movement catches my eye.
Thank you.
Better than ignoring you totally. All right, yes.
Just one suggestion is that when you're posting, you post that the position is open until it's filled. That way it
Yeah,
somebody
the-
comes along late in the process,
That's it.
it's really good, they're not excluded.
Yeah, the posting of the wording and all that, I just wanted to see if we could come up with authorization to, the will to post the position, and simultaneously do the rest. It's just, when I left here Monday, I went home and I was just thinking, it's like, we're just wasting too much time, we're letting too much time slip by. I don't want to hire somebody in a rush, but that's what would happen if, I think, if we just wait too long, then you are going to hire in a rush, but you're not going to have anybody at the beginning of the fiscal year.
See, I just wanted to wait until Bob Markle could look over the job description. That's
But,
Yeah,
why.
but in the
think-
posting,
I
we
think
don't
that's
put the
why
whole
we-
job description in the
Right,
posting.
but
so-
people apply, they want the job
Sure.
description.
So,
But if Bob's here Monday, he can look at the
Right.
job description
Before,
Monday.
right.
and he does have it.
Yeah.
I gave it to him, so he's had it. So it's,
Yeah.
And if he does have suggestions for making the change, then perhaps we have a meeting on, Tuesday or Wednesday. It'd be Wednesday or Thursday, but,
I like your thinking. I like your thinking.
And Friday, maybe next Friday we'll get together again, what the heck?
If we have a meeting on Friday, I would entertain a motion to have it at JK Crossroads.
Please,
like
I
the
would
So
second
moved.
that.
Diana says yes. All right, we have a motion made and seconded, and so we can you can go about your ways. Post the position
Yes.
in MMA, and, all right. Julie,
Yes.
Doug,
yes.
Diane,
Yes.
and yes. All right.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.
Anybody want to talk about that? Well, actually, I would like to. Julie,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
and yes.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming. This is my Friday night excitement.